G'day everyone, welcome to Martial Arts Business Success, episode number 86. Goodness, so Graham McDonald, we got Phil Britton as always, the dynamic duo, and today we're really going to talk about, I guess, expansion of your business. Now, everyone wants to grow, but there's pros and cons, and this, I guess, podcast will cover strategies that both apply if you're a part-time school that's looking to move to full-time, if you're a full-time location looking to use your space better or expand to a new location. So again, guys, we're going to give you a bit of an overview and we'll certainly give you the meat and potatoes as well too with what we got.
Yeah, cool. Before we get started, I just want to update you guys on our new CRM that we've had a fair bit to do with. We're probably similar to you guys. There's no particular software, or although they are some dedicated ones for martial arts, they still don't have quite all the features and benefits that we need to run our businesses, and maybe the same for you as well. So we teamed up with some people to add some value and add our take on how to build a CRM to help our schools and your schools as well. So if you're interested in learning more about that CRM and how it can help you, please shoot us an email, admin@tima.com.au, and then I'll send you a link where you can log your details in and be one of the first adopters. Now, we have got it running at some big schools here in Australia and a couple overseas to test it out.
Yep.
It's going really, really well. We want to make sure that we've ironed out all the bugs before it gets to your hot little hands. So you don't miss out and you get on the first early adopter list. Please send us an email and we'll get you guys uploaded so you get all the information that you need. Also, just to let you know as well, we always have our try 5 for 5 for our viewers and our watchers here and listeners. So the idea is that you get to try our paid area membership, $99 a month for just $5 for 5 days. Take a poke around, see what's under the bonnet, behind the curtain. And also the new feature that we have is the Tima Mastermind. So people who are in that paid group get uploaded to our private Facebook group where we do once a week live Q&A, helping you with all the pressing topics, challenges, issues that you're facing right now, and help you with the accountability that you need to get to the next level in your business as well. So guys, if you're interested in or you want to know more, or if you need to know a little bit more information to make that next step, please reach out to us, same email, or shoot us a message on Facebook, that's fine.
Alrighty, so expansion, bigger is not always better. There's pros and cons to it. Look, I guess I'd like to just reiterate that there's going to be plenty of you guys out there that are viewers and listeners that have a great model that's working for you. I guess what you got to understand is, do you want to expand your business? If you're happy with how it's working and operating, great, thumbs up to you, well done, perfect. But again, what's the legacy? What's the thing that you help your staff to do? Because I know that we as martial artists hit a point in our journey as young instructors where our instructor at the time never gave us a vision on how we could be part of his business. Therefore, we went, we're off and we're going to do it by ourselves. So he didn't have an expansion plan and lost probably some really good people because of that. So I guess for you guys, you need to know if you are going to expand, one, for yourself, or two, if you want to leave a legacy, and there's some stepping stones there to help your staff do that as well too. So again, pros and cons, goodness.
It's funny, just listening to what you're saying. Sometimes when we were looking at expanding from one school to the next, and obviously growing from one venue to renting out the one next door as well, but they're always the wise guy on the hill saying bigger is not always better. Make your decision wisely before you go from one school to 2 schools. But they're from people who have already got 2, 3, 4, 5 schools because they know what the headaches are. Now, if you can get past all the headaches and challenges, then yes, the fruits are there, of your labor. It's fantastic and there are great rewards, but you have to be ready. And that's what we're here to talk about is, are you ready? And what do you need to look for before you make that next step? And for example, I'm just going to give you a real life example. Like literally a month ago, we made the decision not to upgrade one of our facilities. So what I mean by upgrade is we're busting at the seams at our second location at Currumbine. It's got 450 or so members.
Yep.
It's in a small facility. Graham, you probably know the numbers.
230 square meters. So for you guys who are using a different metric system, I'll let you guys convert that. But generally, it's not a large space. But I guess the training area that we have there is about 110 squares.
Yeah.
So when you look at 230 as an operating space with office, reception, seating area, and the training floor, our business is on the floor, not with a spectator stance.
Yeah, but it's busting at the seams. It's overflowing. It's funny. Both Graham and I, our children train at that school, and we sit in the grandstands like all the other parents, and I'm thinking, man, this is full. Like you can't move anywhere, and there's still room on the floor though in some classes. So we looked at the idea of, a venue came available to a bit bigger, and it definitely could have handled a little bit more growth. But to be able to afford that, our school would have to have grown minimum 20 members, which is possible, but it's also an unknown. So it's all that risk versus reward. Are we willing to risk it to be able to get the reward of a bigger school and maybe grow a little bit further? Or can we push the boundaries a little bit more in the current model? And then when we're truly busting at the seams and really ready, do we make that step then? We made the decision to hold. It's whether it was the right or wrong decision, who knows? Only time will tell. But that was our decision. We weighed up all the options, the financials and the possibilities and the opportunities. We made a decision going, right now is not the time, but it's something that we will look for in the future.
Yeah.
So,
look, I guess in talking about that too, Phil, what you've probably done is summarised, are you getting the most from your venue?
Yeah.
Really, I guess that's the thing, is before you talk about expansion, there's sometimes underutilized space that you have that you could potentially remodel what you've already got and have more students that could be fit in, if that's what you're looking for. You may just want something different. You may be, you may have a lovely place, but it's a bit dreary and drab in the locations that you want to move. So be it. But let's just talk about student numbers and your actual, dare I say, ROI, return on investment per square meter. Now, this is a lesson that we learned from our travels. We had a school that had boxing ring and this and that and bags and you name it, we had it hanging up. But when you really look at it, the return on investment, the money that was made was when we were teaching the class of the martial arts on the floor, not just having the people using the bags. So bags were great complementary, but it took up a lot of space. So as we moved into second and third locations and we'll continue to expand, we got rid of our rings. Now we have bags and we still have the same way that we can provide that service. But having a boxing ring, for example, that may take up a 10 to 15, 20 square meter space, we would better utilize that space to teach X number of students. So when you look to expand, it may not necessarily be to get new premises. It may be that, how do I expand my student base? But I'm going to have to get rid of a few things. I'm going to have to remodel. I'm going to have to renovate the inside, change things around. I know we do this often. We look at things and go, you know what? That was good, but if we turn it this way, it may be a bit better. If we get rid of that and push that up, we can fit a few more students, or it's more comfortable and it's a little bit easier to teach and get those better results.
Yeah. I think with those decisions you have to make is let's maximise our current school. And, I think pre-C, making the decision when is the right time to move way before it's the right time to move is very important. So, begin with the end in mind. It's what could this school handle? Do all the maths and all the metrics that you need to go, this school could handle this many students. So when I get to here, I'm going to start thinking about what the next plan would be or where could I go. Now, what could also benefit you, and I know here in Australia there's a bit of an economy drop in rentals and leasing and stuff of premises. Maybe it might not be the right time for student numbers, but if your lease is up and there's other places you can lease and get free rental period, then there's definitely chance for making the most of a bad situation in a